Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's July the 20th. People here in Ireland are melting.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's the good news. Yeah, well, but we are okay. We are fine. And I hope you are fine, okay, as same there. And I'd like to welcome the brothers and sisters from all around the world, especially the SSI workers. Thank you for having us. UK, Brazil, Portugal, America. Hope our friends in America are fine, especially Linda in Texas, Don in Chicago. So I hope you guys are doing well. And today we keep going on our discussion about the gospel according to Spiritism. And we will we will start the chapter 8, which is Blessed are the pure in hearts. And today we will start item 1. So chapter 8, item 1, and let's see we're gonna finish. But if you have any doubts, please grab your Gospel according to Spiritism and ask a question for us. You know, let's make this interactive. Wanderley is anxious to answer tricky questions. He likes that.
Oh yeah, I love it.
He likes that. Okay. So let's do the initial prayer. I do the initial prayer, Wanderley, and you trigger the discussion. Hey, Patrocinio. Good to have you here, my friend.
Hey, Patrocinio.
Okay, so let's have a deep breath. Lift up our hearts, our mind, and make connection with superior spirits of our mentors. Ask them to fill us up with love, taking away all the bad energies, bad influences, and bad thoughts. At the same time, we ask to extend these blessings to all brothers and sisters who are in the hospitals, on the streets, without a home, without shelter. Those who are hungry, those who are thirsty. May this prayer reach them and console. So be it. Amen. Okay. Blessed are the pure in hearts. Are you pure in heart, Wanderley?
Not even close, but I believe I'm trying to finally get to know myself. Then maybe in the future, fixing my bad tendencies, I may become something close. Why am I saying this, Stevan? Because sometimes in the gospel, we have this when Jesus says this in the Sermon of the Mount, blessed are pure in heart, and he compares that with children. Some people over the years, they start to think that the kingdom of God was for the children. And Jesus never said that. Jesus said, we should act, we should try to look in our heart, try to assemble ourselves with children. And why did he say this? Because a children, a little one who is just born, is the closest thing that we can have here on our planet of expiations and atonements, close to a pure heart. Because a children, once it's born, we see as an empty paper, a sheet of paper, a blank sheet of paper, and we think there is no blemishes. That children is a pure in heart. But in fact, once we study reincarnation, we know that that little one who is just born could be a spirit which is maybe 200, 300, 400,000 years old, or even more. We don't know. So here, normally, we think that a baby is pure. And in the way that we think like this, it's good for us. For us, because we are still in this level. Why? We always say this, Stevan. Tell me if I'm wrong. We always say that reincarnation is the best gift that God could ever give it to us.
Yeah.
Because once we reincarnate, we come like a children. We come with our hard drive apparently empty. We know it's not empty because there are some information there from previous lives. But here, Jesus says to us, the kingdom of God belongs to the children, but belongs to those who act like children, who act like if they had a pure heart. What does that mean to have a pure heart? It's not to practice any evil anymore. That's why when a parent sees a little one, that parent, like Stevan has two wonderful daughters, and so I'm sure when Stevan hold them in their arm, he said, "Oh, they are so sweet, they are so pure, they are so nice." And they are, of course. But if Stevan knows reincarnation, he knows that there might be a spirit who maybe had several issues with him in previous reincarnation, or with Chris, his wife. So that spirit which comes to our family comes with a huge history. But we forget about our previous reincarnation as the kid forget also. Why? Because God is giving to us a new chance only to practice love. And love starts right when the baby is born. Because a mom sees that little one and she loves that baby. From the bottom of her heart, she would do everything for that baby. But if she remembers who that baby was, maybe she would think twice and say, "Hey, hold on. Steve, imagine if you look like Leah. Hey, Leah, you are the one who burned in the previous life. Yeah, let's be careful right now. You're a Scorpio, like we say. Oops, you may be a little devil."
Are you sure? What I mean?
Yeah. Steven. So sorry, guys, for the jokes, but that's the beauty of reincarnation. But when Jesus say to us that we should assemble like children, he's trying to say to us, try to do not practice evil anymore. Try to not think about evil. Of course, once we talk about the reincarnation process, we know that before reincarnating, and in the book Renunciation, Alcione, I always mention this book because I love this book. The spirit of Alcione, she shows the reincarnatory process. And here in the Gospel according to Spiritism and in the Spirit's book, the Spirits explain to us that the process of reincarnating is like death in a way. Because before reincarnate, of course, we are talking about Earth. We are talking about the level that we are in different globes. The reincarnatory process is different. The feelings, the sensations with the spirit will feel is different than what we feel. We are talking about us here, okay? So she explains to us that we start to get dizzy, we start to feel sleep, then we start to a kind of hibernate, start to sleep deeply for a good while. Then we start forgetting things. And what we keep in our hard drive? Only what's necessary for the next life. Does that mean that once we wake up in the next life, I'm going to remember everything? No, but certain things which are good to our next life will come slowly. For example, maybe Leah, she's gonna be very good at speaking. So she's born in a family like Stevan and Chris, who speak English and Portuguese and a bit of Italian, where she's going to start to have this pleasure of speaking, of giving speeches in the future. So she's placed in a good place for her.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, because I think she has power, in her attitude in a positive way. So maybe she's gonna be a good speaker in the Spiritist movement in the future. So the spirituality adds her in a family, which is gonna be able to potentialize that on her, and on the correct time, these memories that she has in her hard drive, which apparently was erased, which we know it's not, will start to come slowly. But maybe she was a good painter in a previous life. But in this life, she's going to be a terrible painter. She cannot even draw, I don't know, a sun. Why? Because maybe painting in her reincarnation, I'm just giving an example, maybe something that she should not access because maybe she used the painting in a bad way. What I'm trying to say, guys, there is no recipe of a cake here. All the reincarnatory process, they are different. And here in this part here, we talk about a little bit about the reincarnatory process, but we have to understand that there are many spirits much more evolved than us who are looking after this. But
Yes.
again, when Jesus says this, he's just using a figurative of speech. He's not giving to us the entire picture because we couldn't understand before. The apostles, they couldn't understand what Jesus was trying to say. Now we can understand a bit better. What do you think, Stevan?
Let me start with a story.
Okay.
This is a story from Divaldo Franco. Okay. The Brazilian medium. And he said this is a true story. A couple, they were living together for some time, no kids, and for some reason, the mom of the guy had to live with the couple, and the wife didn't treat the mother-in-law in a very good way. Always saying to her, "You are the reason of my unhappiness with my husband." And in front of the husband, she's, "Oh, you are so kind, you're so good." No, she's doing it like a dual game, no?
Yeah.
And then she always saying, "You need to leave, you need to leave, you need to leave." And the mom always never said anything to the son. And just one day, she woke up and said, "Okay, I will leave them." She tied up her things and she went away. When the son arrived, he asked her, "Where's my mom?" And she said, I don't know. She just go out and never tell me where she goes, so I have no idea." Then the phone rings. It was an emergency from the hospital. Uh, she was involved in a car crash and she passed away.
Oh, God.
Okay. Some time later, he didn't say if it was 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. They the wife, the couple get pregnant, and guess who was the baby, the spirit of the baby? And the mom, now the new mom, was preparing the room of the baby, all the preparing the cot, the decoration, beautiful things are gonna be mom because this is what she always wanted to. And when the baby born, the baby was welcomed as it should be. So the moral of the story here is, in one life, she was the spirit who died and born as a baby was treated as badly.
Mm.
You know, you are saying, "Oh, you're the reason of my happiness. You are this, you are that." Just moments ago, "Oh, you are the reason of my life.
Yeah.
You are my son. You are my daughter. You are the best thing I have done so far." You know, so this is to show us things can change easily. We change. We change shoes. We everyone all the time. That's the reason why we need to be careful when we say something. And Wanderley was right when he said, "The purer the hearts." Jesus used the children as a symbol of purity, because kids, let's say up to 7 years old, they are kind of innocent child. They didn't wake up for the true mission they will have here on earth. So they are still, of course, we do. There are some exemptions here, but in most of the case, up to 7 years old, they are true. What if they like? They say they don't like. If they don't like, they say I don't like. If they want, they tell you the truth. They do not do, "Oh, you do this in order to get that." I will say Wanderley is a handsome guy, a nice guy, in order to
To get
get
something.
get something from him. That is not this kind of relationship in the early age. After 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, then we can identify some kind of interests, like what is good for my business, I will do here. So that's what Jesus was saying. We need to be pure in heart, is get rid of our interests, get rid of our not convention,
Uh, Trying to take our mask off, we can put in certain.
yeah, we live in a mask, like the wife here in front of the husband. It's the best mother-in-law she always had. No, I love your mom, so nice, they're very good, they're brilliant. When the husband was away, she was the reason for her happiness. She needs to leave. She's just there to bother them. So that's the point. Jesus was saying is, you must be yourself in any kind of age. You need to be pure. You need to be honest with you all the time. Do not playing games. Even though sometimes the truth hurts, you know. Well, I'm alone here. Someone is knocking the door here. 1 second.
Go ahead.
1 second.
Thanks, Steven. Here we have a comment here from Robbie. He says, change is what we have to accept and embrace. Children change into adults. We change, hopefully, through each reincarnation. If we are not changing by reflection, we need to get busy. I agree with Robbie here, Steven. Yes, Robbie, we have to change. And if we don't change, like here by reflection, we need to get busy. Or sometimes this change comes in a different way. Life says to you, okay, you don't want to reflect. I'm giving you all the tools to reflect. I'm giving you here opportunity to get busy, as Robbie said. You still don't want to change? That's no
No
problem.
worries.
I'm gonna give you now a trouble. I'm gonna give you now a situation which might hurt quite a bit. We can put it this way. So that's why sometimes we blame once you have a disease or once you have a problem. But sometimes you have to understand that this is the only way which is spirituality. They are not giving that to us. We are generating that because of our actions. But they are bringing that to us because otherwise, as Robbie said here, we would be stuck. We wouldn't embrace the new challenges that we have to embrace. That's why life has this power to say, you don't want to do for good? Let's do in a bad way. But bad way, when I mean, it's not bad because God or the good spirit, they don't do anything bad against us. But they do that in a harsher way because they want? No, because we are rebels, because we are stubborn, because we don't want, we are full of pride and we think we know better than the spirituality. But thanks, good point, Robbie.
Yeah, and we let our ego, you know, our pride, uh, 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 be higher than us. You know. No, we need to pay attention every single moment in what we're gonna do. I know life change. I know when we are children, we have some objectives, some meanings. When we are teenagers, we have a different concept. When we are adults, we have a different perception. But in each stage of this process, we need to be true. We need to be we need to be honest, and parents should say, "I don't know." Parents should say no. It's not the yes all the time.
Oh yeah,
Okay. Oh, the kid's gonna be frustrated. Of course, they're gonna be frustrated, but they
that's
need
life.
to understand. Sorry.
That's life. They're gonna
Yeah,
have to deal with
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. But they needed to understand. They will. They are okay. Then something happens. They are down, and they need to have the ability to put them up again. Otherwise, if everybody do always good, 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 good here, or not good, what the children wants to. The first time when they are adult and someone perhaps in the work where they ask you something or do something, oh, no, you don't do it, bro. Well, boom, start trigger depression, trigger anxiety, trigger afraid of going out, trigger a lot of problems, psychology, psychiatric, and the person lives in a nightmare. So the point here is we need to be honest with ourselves. And when we say honest, when I said just a while ago, sometimes the truth hurts. Yes, the truth hurts, but be kind when you're gonna say truth as well.
I was going to mention that. Yeah,
Be kind
yeah.
when you're gonna be when you're gonna say truth. Oh, I am.
An
Thanks,
honest
Kate.
person.
I tell the truth. I don't care. I am very great. Being a person like that is positive. Yes, thumbs up. But always be kind. Jesus all the time was saying the truth to everyone, but he wasn't harsh on his words. He was kind. Sometimes he answered a question with another question to let them to think and then figure it out. Oh, I'm screwed up here. Oh, my God. Oh, no. So this ability, it is what we needed to develop in ourselves. Those are the pure in the heart. There is another example. When perhaps you know the story better than me. Uh, uh, Chico Xavier, the Brazilian medium, when he was in the Spirit Center, people always come to talk to him, and the great majority wants to kiss his hands. When they see him, they kiss, and he said, "No, don't." He said, "Don't do it." And in return, he used to kiss the other person's hands as well. And someday came a guy, and he kissed his hands, but Chico wasn't not feeling well. His health was not good at that time. He was very old. And the guy, and then Chico kissed his hand, and then he said he started to kiss. He started to be on his knees, and Chico said, "Hey, don't go on your knees, because if you go on the knees, I need you to lay down the floor."
Yeah.
So the same point is when Jesus washed the feet of the apostles. So we are here to serve. We are here to give your best. You need to give your best in your work. If you don't like the work, change it. But don't be that grumpy person. If you don't like your job, change it. Oh, I don't want to change because of this. So you need to decide. Or you learn how to like how to enjoy your work, or you need to change it. So we need to serve the others. We need to serve our daughters, our sons, our parents. We need to be there. We need to be there. We will hit the target all the time. No, we won't. But the intention of doing it is something. And start to look to your family a little bit with other eyes. It's not all the time we have a let's call enemy, as a son, as a daughter, as a wife, as a mother-in-law. No, because the same way we have spirits in which we need to clean our debts, we need to resolve the issues between us, we do have friends. And those friends say, "Oh, Wanderley gonna reincarnate? Wanderley, I'm with you. Let's do it together. You're gonna win this. You're gonna overcome this. I'll be there to help you." And the magic happens. Perhaps they're not in the family, but is your best friend. Sometimes, how many people here they are more connected with their friends, with their own brothers and sisters. So this is what we needed to think. That's the good in the good spirits. They do good all the time without interest. They're just doing this. They're just doing. They don't think. It's like the same way we can say, if I ask you how many times did you blink your eyes today, Probably the answer is I don't know. That's the way they do good things. Do you agree, Wanderley?
No, I agree. I think I agree with everything that you said. Well done. Good. But here, Steven, how about? I hope we were able to explain this part here, which talks about the pureness of the heart of the children. But let's go to item 5, which is sinning by means of thought, adultery. Here, when we hear the word adultery, we think always like this: a man or a woman, they are a couple. Okay, they could be married or unmarried, whatever, but they're together, and one of them goes and go out with someone else. We think that's adultery, and it is. But once Jesus used this word, he did not mean only about this type of adultery. Let's remember that the language that Jesus used was very poor, so he didn't have the many meanings that we have nowadays. So sometimes, once you take a word used 2,000 years ago, for us it may have a different meaning. But here, according to the spirits, Jesus did not mean only this type of adultery. And here, we have to try to understand that he's trying to talk. He says here that even if you look here in the parable, if you have heard it was said, do not commit adultery. But I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman to desire her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. So here he's trying to bring to us another conception of sin. Okay, like there is no sin, guys. Again, he used this word as a means of explaining what he wants to say to us.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to say, if you think about adultery, another woman, you are committing adultery already. So he's trying to talk about the sinning or the mistake that we may have in our thoughts. So he's trying to say to us, it's not only when you do something that in fact that you are mistaken. You can be mistaken in your heart. Like Stevan said, we use our masks. We don't do things that we really want to do it. Why? Because society will judge us. So most of us, we do certain things because we know what I do. If what I do here right now, society will accept. If I do anything extra, maybe in terms of sexuality, in terms of drugs or whatever, they will not accept society. So I don't do it. But inside of my heart, I wanted to do it. So Jesus is trying to explain to us that even once you think about something, even if you are not doing, you are committing a sin. But why are we committing a sin if I didn't do that action? Why am I making a mistake if I didn't commit? He's saying to us here that the sin, okay, let's put sin this way, is connected with the imperfection of the spirits. So if you see, the spirits are trying to say to us, to know if the spirit is perfect or imperfect, it's quite simple. Because the spirits, they can read our thoughts. So if they read that Stevan, he wants to do something, but he's afraid because of the consequence, or because of what society will think, he's an imperfect spirit. If Wanderley goes there and does that thing, he's even more imperfect spirit. So the imperfection is connected with the soul of this, with the spirit. So it's not only in doing or not doing. But here he says something which is really nice. He says that some kind of people, once reincarnate, we know or we will discover throughout our life our bad tendencies. And with that bad tendencies, we know, okay, if I do this, I'm going to be hurting myself and someone else. So I'm not going to do it. That person does what? That person tries to run away from that problem. That used to be seen quite a lot by the priests, until 100 years ago, or even before, 50 years ago in some Catholic countries, they used to use a silicium, yeah, Stevan? Silicium. Silicium, yeah?
Yeah.
So which is a type of way, something that they put around their leg, or in their sexual parts, a kind of strap to hurt themselves, because they thought, oh, I have this will of doing this, but I'm gonna do this to try to feel some pain, so this desire will go away. And Freud said that's oppression. You cannot um, make that wish to go away with oppressing your thoughts. Jung, the great psychiatrist, both of them, they said that doesn't work. We have to learn how to deal with that. But here, the spirits are saying to us, someone who knows their bad tendencies, and they try to don't do it. They try to fix every day. That person is towards not to the pure perfection, but is towards to try to improve themselves. But that one who doesn't even know what his bad tendencies is, enjoys doing whatever he's doing, enjoy going there. Let's give an example. That person likes to steal. That person goes there and doesn't care if he's going to be hurting someone, if someone's going to be poor because he's stealing their money, if someone's going to be hungry because that person is stealing their money. They don't care. But that person who knows he wants to steal, but that he knows that's bad, that person does not do it or try to don't do it. Bezerra de Menezes, I forgot the book, he says something like this. He's in the spiritual world. Bezerra de Menezes is one of the greatest spiritists in the Spiritist movement. He was a doctor and a politician in Brazil, 19th century. Bezerra de Menezes, one day, he's in the spiritual world, and another spirit comes to Bezerra and say, Bezerra, I want to leave the spiritual world. I don't care. I don't like to stay here with you guys. Everything is so boring. Everyone is here. They want to do things, but they don't do it. I want to do it because I didn't want to do things, but I still want to do these things. So I accept that I have this bad tendency. So I don't care. I want to live my life in the way which I want. And Bezerra heard everything. And he said to the spirit, my son, I'm like you. And the guy was said, hey, come on. How come you're like me? You are so elevated. Everyone here, they listen to you. Everyone, they use you as an example. How come? And Bezerra de Menezes said to them, I'm like you, but there is a difference between you and me. You still enjoy doing these evil things. You still enjoy following your passions, and you do follow. You still love going there. I still want to go and follow my passions, but I know that's going to cause harm for me and to those surround me. So what I do, I run away from this will, from these wishes, which I still have in my soul to do it. So Bezerra said what the gospel is saying here. Bezerra was in the way that even if he wants to do it, he was trying to run away. That's why Jesus said here in the gospel that if your hand may cause some trouble to someone, go and chop your hand off. If your eye is causing trouble to yourself or to someone else, take your eye and throw that in the fire. Once we hear these words of Jesus, we think, hey, this guy must be crazy. He's asking that they want to chop his hand off. But he's trying to say, if your wish, if your desire will cause harm to you and the others, don't do it. Try to avoid, not by oppressing it, but learning how to deal with that. Because if you oppress, it's just like putting a blanket on the top. It will still there, the wish. The wish will still be there. But once you learn how to deal with that wish, with that desire, that's why I recommend therapy to anyone who is hearing us here today. Once you learn how to deal with these desires, you are in the way of getting to purity. So that's what Jesus is trying to say here to us, like once he said about adultery. So even if you think about something, if you are thinking and if you're not doing because you are afraid, you are wrong already. If you're not doing because you don't want to harm someone, happy days, you are in the correct path. What do you think, Stevan?
Yeah, that's why we have it here. Allow me to read here. True pureness is not only in behavior, but also in thought, since the person who has a pure heart does not even think evil. Jesus wished to say that he condemned sin even in thought because it is a sin of impurity. So I love this example from Dr. Bezerra Menezes Wanderley gave. We don't have a key in our mind that says that think like this, don't think like this, think like this, don't think like this. We don't have, we cannot control. We still have that thoughts, but it's up to you to make the action. You know, it's up to you. It's like when you are doing a diet. No, the ladies will like it. You're doing a diet. Oh, Monday I will start my diet. You know, and Monday, for some reason, a colleague, a co-worker brings a cake. Oh, it's my birthday. I brought a cake to everybody. And you start your diet on that day. You will have the desire to eat the cake. Of course, you're gonna will. Don't tell me no. I'm okay. I'm fine. No, no. You will have the desire to eat that cake. But it's up to you to take it or not take it. No, I think I like this example. It's more like and most of the time said, oh, I said I just start today. If I start today, start tomorrow, it doesn't matter. I will take the cake. And Tuesday we will have another incident, and then it's weekend. Oh, we did weekend. No, no, I will not start anything on the weekend. I'll restart again on Monday. So at least let's see for the good point. At least this poor woman here in our example, she's trying. She is trying. And how many times you think about something you didn't try? I'm saying doing good. I'm not saying bad things, And again, the adultery here in the gospel, it's something completely different that time because of lack of. But oh, I never cheat my wife. Yeah, but how many times you thought doing something with someone? Oh, but I didn't make that happen. Oh, good, wonderful. But the point is how you treat your mind, how you treat yourself. When that thought comes to you, do you accept the thought or do you repel the thought? It's up to you. Unfortunately, as I said, we cannot say, oh, we don't have a GPS and block the signal and nobody can. No. If comes the thought to you, how you treat it, that's all we are asking here. Pay attention. And Linda saying here, we need to be this. We need discipline. Yes, that's all we need. Thought come again. The spirits in the higher spheres, in a good word, they do have uh, imperfections. They may have, but the point here is they don't give chance for that imperfection reach them. You know, of course, when you are pure spirit like this, the story is different. But while we are evolving, when we are saying that's the modern thing. Oh, we are going to regenerate the world, as my friend here says all the time. It's not the planet, it's us. And oh, what's the difference between hopes and consolation word and regenerate word? Is in the hopes and consolation word, we do have the evil and the good. Both are fighting, and evil most of the times prevail. In the regenerate world, we still have the good and the evil, but the good most of the times prevail. So, what I'm saying here is we need to fight. This is an everyday fight against ourselves. It's an everyday fight. Every day. Sometimes you're gonna win, sometimes you're gonna lose, sometimes we will even, but we need to fight with us. We need to fight with our tendencies. We need to fight with our thoughts. We need to fight with our actions. We need to fight this every day. And again, if this was easy, something easy to do, probably you took the wrong bus and you end up here, but it's not easy. It is not easy. Pay attention in what you are doing. Pay attention in your thoughts. Pay attention in your actions. Does your actions concur with the way you are thinking? Does your attitudes express what you want how you want the other people see you? Are you doing this in order to make the society happy, or you aren't doing this because this is good for you, this is good for your family? So this type of questions we need to raise up to ourselves all the time, every single minute. Oh, do I need this? Why I need that? What's the advantage? How many times I'm gonna do good things with this? How many times I will do a good thing for someone else if I acquire that? Again, is the story of the diet, my friends.
Yeah, Steven, I'd say I agree with Linda. Discipline is the main thing here, but one thing that we have to, that's what psychologists always say to us, as Ronald Angelis always says to us. And we have that beautiful passage in the Gospel of John: know yourself, know thyself. So we must have clarity of things in life. Yes, discipline is once we have clarity. Discipline is like the example of the diet that Steven said. The person, let's say the person wants to lose weight, and the person does not know what to eat, when to eat, or how to train, for example. Okay, once that person goes to a personal trainer, go to a nutritionist, that person will go there and say, okay, Wanderley, that's what you have to do. Then you have to follow. So first you need to know what you have to do. You must have clarity of where you want to go, why do you want to go. Because I may say to Steven, that's the way of happiness. Do this and you're going to go to pure spheres. And Steven here, Steven reads what I read to him, and he said, Wanderley, that's beautiful, but that does not work for me.
Yeah.
Like a diet. Sometimes a diet does not work for the same person. A nutritionist knows that Steven, he may need some kind of food, which for me doesn't make any sense because I hate that type of food. So I'm going to give the same calories for Wanderley and Steven, but with different sources of protein or carbs or whatever. So we need to have this clarity for us in order to progress. Then I agree with Linda 100%. Then once we know, we have the discipline to follow. But if we just have the discipline at the beginning, because some people, they are too harsh. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to stop to smoke tomorrow. I'm not going to be watching Netflix until 2 a.m. Whatever thing you may have, we are not here to judge or pointing fingers. But whatever you have, some people, they say, I'm going to do that tomorrow. They are too extremists.
Mhm.
Does that work? Maybe for 1% of the population. The rest, it works for maybe 1 or 2 weeks. We see that in diet, like Stevan said, the person goes really harsh with discipline, but that person doesn't know why. So guys, ask yourselves, why do I want to leave this vice behind? Because some people, they hear, like, say, some people, they come here on Tuesday, and we say, oh, we should try to be a bit more charitable. But maybe that spirit, it won't be touched by charity in many examples that we may use charity here. That spirit is not ready to give yet. But maybe it's a spirit who knows how to work. Maybe it's a spirit who is not afraid of dealing with troubles in his life or in her life. So this kind of spirit, even if he doesn't know how to give yet, he has good strength and good will to work. So maybe that spirit, placed in um, the best place possible, that spirit will do great. That's why we have to understand each of us, we are different. So Stevan may come here on Tuesday and say to Wanderley, you have to whatever, And I say, Stevan, that makes sense to you, but not to me. So we have to stop. I mean, I'm not judging, okay, but social medias, they have this power. We compare ourselves. I work with social media, guys. I see that 9 hours per day of my life. I see how people, they compare each other, and they think, oh, I must have this life here in order to be happy. I must have this amount of likes, this amount of followers. I must have this and that. Then I'm going to be happy. So they are using the other's recipe for happiness. And of course, they are presuming that the other person, that influencer, is happy. But we see in social media so many people have millions of followers, but they're not happy. They're like these pop stars that we see committing suicides. So once we know why we are here and how to know why are we here on earth, there is a few things that I can advise. As Stevan said, be good to serve people. Do your best. Serve the others. If you are doing this, you are fulfilling your purpose in life. Some people, they want to be more specific. Some people, they want to become an artist. But to become an artist for what? Just get likes of the others, or in order to inspire the others to become artists or better people. So once we do something only for our ego, we are failing, guys, and we will fail.
Of
That's not
course we will.
we will. Joanna Jangeli says this, Emmanuel says this, Freud says this, Jung says this. All these ones who came even before then, they say, once we do only for us, we are failing. But once we are doing for the others, we are succeeding, even if the words says otherwise. So have clarity, guys. If you don't know what you should do, like Jesus said, go inside of your room in darkness. He's trying to say, go there and stay quiet with yourself. Try to make a prayer. Put a music that may, enlighten your
And,
mind.
and
Yes, go
if
ahead.
you don't know what to choose those who are more charitable.
That's it. Which is not gonna hurt the others.
Yeah.
Maybe you still wanna choose something which is not good. Once you have clarity of this, is it better? No, but it's less worse, we can say. Because as we said, some of us, we are still enjoying having, we are still enjoy hurting the others, unfortunately. Some of us, we are still feeling a lot of pleasure. Yeah, I'm not nothing against guys, but I'm not talking about drinking socially, but to get really pissed. Some people, they love doing this, or getting like really high with drugs. Again, we're not here to judge, but these things I'm saying here, these are things which we know it will cause us damage in our physical body. It means we're gonna be less able to success in our plans. So, guys, we have to look after ourselves. So, once you're in doubt, go there, do a prayer. Like sometimes here, I have difficult decisions. It's not because Steve was here in front of me. Sometimes I give a call to Steve. Steve, I'm thinking about doing this. Why? Because I trust Steve like my friend, like my older brother. I said, Steven, come on, please help me. I'm in doubt. So, if you have someone like Steven, someone that you love, you admire, ask an opinion to that person, or ask someone else. If you don't have anyone, go and search for some help, but try to go look inside of yourself. If you are not seeing what you must do, maybe someone else can help you.
Yeah.
But
I give you a little example, because that day my dad taught me one of the most important lessons from my life. My dad, he starts to smoking, I don't know, 16, 17, 18 years old. And he used to smoke a lot of cigarettes, many cigarettes. And I think when I was like 20 or 19 years old, we are sitting in a garden. He was, I don't know, in a chair, like that chair, and we are sitting on the ground, blah, blah, and my dad, he was smoking. And then when he finished that cigarette, he threw the cigarette away, and he said to everybody, "This was my last cigarette in my life." Well, the first thing is, okay, until in half an hour you're gonna get another one, yeah. And my stepmom, she was saying, "Are you feeling something? Do you need to go to the doctor? Are you okay?" And he said, "Yes, I'm okay." And he didn't tell us why he said that. And he stick with that rules, and up to today, more than 20 years later, he still didn't put a cigarette in his mouth. And the last time I went to Brazil, and I was with my dad in the same place. I said "Hey, Dad, why did you stop smoking like this?" He said, "Because it was the first time I smoke a cigarette without pleasure.
Wow.
If it was pleasuring me, so I don't need that." So this happened to me. So it's not someone told me. No, this happened to me. And I hope I'm far away to have his conviction, like this is my last cigarette and that's it. But anyway, if his mission is come to earth and stop smoking, job done. He did it.
Steve doesn't smoke, okay, guys? He just give.
No, I don't smoke. I don't smoke. Yeah, I don't smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a good lesson he taught me and my brothers and everybody who was sitting, as we have some siblings there as well. So that's it. Simple, like decision. A decision is not waiting for Monday. It's not waiting for after the birth party, because at the birth party I'm gonna eat that cake. No. There. That day. Throw it. I will stop. This is what my last one. Full stop. That's it. It's a decision. They made a decision at that point. So, but going back to the diet, Wanderley, I wish we were in America, my friend, because we can go to the pizza place and say, "Hey, I want a keto base." When I go to the restaurant, there is a low carb menu. We go to the supermarket, there is low carb section here there. So I wish we have that, my friend. I
Yeah,
wish.
but I don't fall in this trap because for
I'm
me all these things about diet is full of
I'm
lies which they make look nice.
yeah. But
If you
that's
go to
it.
the basis, you are done.
So thank you all. Good conversation today. Very inspiring, very thoughtful, and thank you, Wanderley, for your insights as well. All the comments here from Robbie, Linda, also a butterfly for our friend in Sweden, Leah. I hope you're okay, Leah. So that's it for today.
Yeah.
Wanderley, do
Next
you
week
mind
we're
to
going
do the
to
final prayer?
sure I do. Next week we're gonna be doing the true pureness and unwashed the hands, item 8. For
Yeah,
those who want
we start that
to
in it. Yeah.
study before. Just before we do, Steven, just for those who doesn't know here, if anyone wants to participate in our studies, guys, please send an email to us to spiritismisland@gmail.com. And Major or Tanya, we will send you the Zoom link because these studies of the Spirits book are done via Zoom. So please send an email to us, guys. And what else here? So, guys, just one thing that we have to say. I know some people that are asking us on Facebook all the time, when are you going to be back with our meetings in person, as we were before. We have no date, guys, because we are following the Irish authorities, and also we are following the direction of the Lantern Center. So we don't have a date or time to give yet. For now, everything will be done via Zoom in terms of the study, and here, Facebook and YouTube, where we're going to be doing our lives. Anything here, guys? So, guys, also, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel because it helps us quite a lot. We're going to be posting here the channel. Anything else, Steven? That before we
That's it.
do the file. Yeah. Okay. So let me add here. So, guys, we're gonna do our final prayer now. That's our YouTube channel. Please, guys, go there, follow, subscribe, because if you have more subscribers, it helps us to be spreading more spiritism and enable some features on YouTube. Okay. So for those who feel comfortable, I'd like to invite you to close your eyes. I'd like to invite you to take a deep breath. Let's calm down ourselves, our thoughts, our mind, and let's be thankful for another day here on earth, for another life among friends, for the opportunity to be talking about the gospel of Jesus and the works of Allan Kardec. May God bless each one of us and all the people at the moment who are close to us, people who are not so close to us, or perhaps we have some troubles, some issues with those people. May the love of God reach each one of us, but even more, those ones who yet do not believe in anything. We are not saying that people, they must believe in what we believe, but poor of that man who does not have anything in his heart to believe. Not a religion, perhaps, but an idea, an idea to live. Let's be thankful for Spiritism, because it may help everyone who wants to search for new ways of living, for new answers. Let's be thankful for everything which this philosophy has brought to us, this clarity of thoughts, and all this knowledge brought by the spirits through the good mediums who worked with Allan Kardec. Let's be thankful for all the workers who brought all this knowledge to us, because of them we are here able to study and to preach and to believe in what we believe. Let's celebrate freedom, but also let's remember there are those who are not free yet, especially in their hearts. May God bless all of them until they are able to see a bit better. Thank God, and so be it.
Amen.
Thank you very much, guys. So see you, you guys. See you, Stevan, on Thursday, not me.
Yeah. Okay.
Next
Thank
week.
you. Thank you, guys. Bye bye. Have a nice day.
Bye, guys.